All right, we have to put our hands together and welcome one of the dynamic duo of Turning Tides Financial LLC. Katie Weibel's with us this morning. You got your crayons ready? Okay, I think I heard someone say, I'm ready. Let's saddle up the horses because we've got a trail to blaze. And what does that trail look like? Well, it's a little different for everyone. But if you make a decision to change some things in your life, guess what will happen? You'll change some things in your life. One decision away, just one. If you're sick and tired, fed up, disgusted, and bored with the way your finances are going, that means, you know what? You're not any good at it. And it isn't going to change. Because we know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again, but expecting a different outcome. We're going to change that outcome for you this morning. Get your crayons ready. Let's welcome our sister in Christ and financial planning professional, Katie Weibel, going to be talking about why you should have a financial planner in your life. You're going to get those questions answered right now. So let's welcome Katie this morning. There we go. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, Niall. How are you?
I'm doing well. After I emptied every hammer in my drawer this morning to get the computer to behave itself. But it was when I got the bigger one that you have to hold with two hands when everything seemed to work out just fine.
Hey, sometimes things call for a sledgehammer. It's just the way it goes.
Introduce yourself, girl. Let our listeners know who you are, what you're doing out there.
Yep, so I'm Katie Weibel from Turning Tides Financial. My business partner, Julianne Lipo, and myself, we have two offices, one in Orchard Park and one in Williamsville. We focus on holistic financial planning. And what that means is that we look at coordination of all of your financials, and we do it a little differently for each person. So we have a step-by-step process that we follow, and we go through that process with each individual in order to find out what holistic plan that they need for them and their family. And we do that through a series of events. So it's really neat to see how it changes lives.
Yes.
And how it can change someone's, not necessarily immediate future, but and/or, long term, and the family and the difference that it makes in their lives, and how then they have more abilities to help other people as well.
Wow, that was really good. I don't know what to say. But listen up, folks, because this is the day that the phone does not weigh 600 pounds. That's right. The enemy is still sleeping. And so you can sneak up on that phone and make a call and change your life. Katie, you're going to tell our listeners today why they need a planner, a professional financial planner, folks. And I'll add a little to it at the end, but I won't do it right now. There is a difference. There is a difference between a financial planning professional and a financial advisor. But I won't let Katie chime in on that. I'll take care of that at the end. Okay, Katie?
All right, sounds great. I will say this, though. I had to, as a business, you have to do your own due diligence with your banking and so forth. And as everyone knows, I came from the banking industry. And so I was meeting with a local bank, and sweet gentleman. And it's funny how you notice the difference of the worlds, from then until now. And he said to me, I do sales too. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, let's backpedal here a little bit. We don't do sales. That's not what we do. We're here to provide a service. And the difference is we can help you with your investments and your insurance and your retirement and all of that good fun stuff, but that's not the main focus of what we do. We provide a financial service that helps you know that we coordinate your overall, different piecemeal of your finances and make sure that it's going to reach the goals that you want it to reach, and that you truly know what is your risk management. What is the risk that you're taking? What are the expenses that you're paying? What taxes are you going to be facing down the line and today? And what your decisions are, how it affects all of those pieces. And then we have to build in that foundation. Like when you build a house, you have the foundation, which is your estate plan. So we don't just provide sales of product, we provide a service. And our service is making sure that your financial house is in order. And it could be some people need the full boat, and we need to go through every single piece of their life. Some,
Right.
Others just need, they may have it all together, and we'll tell you, look, you're good where you are. The investment selections you chose are great. Your retirement, if for what you want, you're on par. But there's other pieces that play into that. The average American has $20,000 of credit card debt. Can you believe it?
Man.
$20,000.
Just a minute while I get my wastebasket.
I don't think I could go. I don't think I could sleep at night, to be honest.
No.
But I get it, and life
Yeah.
happens, and sometimes things happen, and you have to do what you have to do.
It's true.
But and I'm personally approaching having to purchase a second vehicle, and $20,000, is about what I'm looking at. But if you look at $20,000 and you take that at a 15% interest rate, which is an average, it's not low, it's not high. That's the average in the U.S. for a credit card interest rate. If you pay the minimum payment of $600 a month, that's 28 years it's going to take you to pay off that $20,000. That's 24.
I'm getting a bigger wastebasket now.
That's $24,000 of interest. That's for whatever you're buying for that $20,000 or a bunch of little things added up. That's $44,000 out of your total estate. So it may be okay right now, but you have to take the glasses off and look forward ahead, and maybe you need the glasses to see further ahead. It depends, right? But if there's a way that we can break that down and change that payment and change that structure, if you're going to have to take on debt or if you do have debt, we have a software and a program and a system that we use that can save you. So if you have kids and you have a business and you have a house, we need to be looking at all of those things, because that's now $24,000 less that your estate has, because you have to pay that, whether you pay it over minimum payments or we come up with a program. So the programs that we use are designed to cut that interest down for you.
Okay.
And
Beautiful.
How can we save you? Because it may hurt a little right now in the budget, but think of how much more you're going to get down the road.
Yes.
We recently are working with a couple different couples that are just getting married, and it's super, super exciting, because one of the misconceptions I hear all the time is I'm too young, I don't need a financial advisor, financial planner, I'm too old, I don't need one anymore, and that's not the truth. So
that's right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so we're super excited to help some of these younger couples, and it's just they're putting themselves so far ahead, and I'm so excited for them. Like I'm just giddy, honestly. But they, they sat down with me and we went over, okay, who has what debt, who spends what, who has what spending habits, how can we help each other in this marriage? They're getting married in the fall, and I have another one getting married this summer, and how can we plan for the wedding expenses and keeping those in check, but still getting them the day of their dreams? And then both of them, had this idea of this home that they were going to purchase, and looking at with the way we were able to not only cut their debt in half, pay for their wedding in cash, not on credit, but now they can, because we did things a certain way and we planned ahead of time, the house that they can now buy later this year is about 2 times the size of what they thought they could afford.
Wow.
So they don't need to go into a starter home, spend because when you buy a home, you have expenses. And most people say, there's closing costs, but most people don't know what that really entails. Yes. And so I hear a lot of, I'm just going to buy a starter home for now, and then I'll sell it in a few years and buy my dream home or my forever home. That doesn't necessarily always make sense financially. So it's sitting down and going through those numbers and factoring that out. But it's being educated, and it's taking that step to say, okay, I'm going to invest in myself and in my future and in my family. And yes, I may be very intelligent and know my money, but do you know the whole plan? Do you have every intricate detail of every piece? And that's super important that we sit down and take the time to walk through all of that. And, not everyone is right for every plan, and that's why we meet with people first. So we do a discovery call to make sure that we're a right fit for you and that you're a right fit for us. You've got to find someone that you like and that you can work with to be successful. And then we do a strategy session, which is a 90-minute strategy session. And then that's where we can look at and say, okay, where can we provide value for you? And then we write a plan designed for you, a holistic overall plan and then you can choose, and then we go from there on what we work on. But it's just amazing the changes that we can see in individuals that will take the steps to make that change for themselves. And we don't say, here's a list of things, go do them. Have a nice day.
Have a nice
hope
day.
It all works out.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah. And for some people, if I know you're never going to come back and you're not going to do one of our programs, I will absolutely give you a list because I want you to have the tools that you need. But let's do it together. Let's work together on this. Let's not do it alone. 2 heads is always better than 1 or 3 heads. And we have to look at every aspect.
Right, and holistic approach. What can you break that out a little bit for a lot of folks? So they may not necessarily what that means. A holistic approach to your finances.
Yep. So there's a lot of financial planners and financial advisors out there that only work with people over a certain dollar amount, or are really good specialists or experts in a certain field, like let's say mutual funds or managed money. What we do is a little different than that. So a holistic means that we're looking at your entire financial picture. So we're looking at, do you have the right insurance coverages? Are you overpaying for those insurance coverages? What are you spending every single month that a lot of people don't realize when they sit down and add it all up, how much they spend in each of the different categories, and can that be tweaked? Should that be tweaked? So we look at everything. We're looking at, do you understand your Social Security and how your job choices can affect that? Do you understand, in retirement, when you work with me, you know what your number is in retirement. You know what your monthly budget's going to be, what your taxes are going to be. Are you going to have to pay quarterly estimated taxes when you retire? How much is your health insurance going to cost? What are you going to actually have in the end, net of all of your bills? What is your net worth? You'd be surprised when people don't know their true net worth. It's scary.
That's true. That is absolutely true. Even small business owners don't even know what their 90-day number is.
That's
and they're probably
scary.
The business owners that just heard me say that go, what does that mean? Yeah, what's your 90-day number? What's your 60-day number? What's your 30-day number? You need to know that or you won't be in business. It's that simple. And if we can maybe we've got a few minutes here left, Katie, is speak to those who are saying, the biggest excuse I get is, well, I don't need a planner because I don't have any money.
Yep.
And I usually point at them and go, exactly. You just gave yourself the answer. That's exactly why you need to sit with a planner and find out what's up, what's going on.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from, when I'm meeting people in the public and, everyone asks, what do you do? And, I don't need one. I don't have money. And it's quite the opposite. So ask yourself these questions. If you look at wealthy people and your misconception is that only wealthy people use a financial planner, how do you think they got wealthy? Do you think they used a financial planner to get there? My guess would be probably most, yes. What could you do if I could save you a little bit of money every month? What could you do with that money?
Well, I'm going to help them right now save some money. Yeah. Okay? A coffee can from Aldi, $5, $4.99, has 256 cups of coffee in it. My travel coffee cost me 0.23 cents. If you're going through the drive-thru, can you get a cup of coffee for 0.23 cents?
Maybe in 1910.
I don't know. Did they have drive-thru back then?
I don't know.
Pull up with your pony, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, how many of you here's where I like to suggest just one area, Katie. Track your takeout window expenses for 1 month. So every time you go through this coming week and the next week, the weeks ahead, ask for a receipt on your takeout and then just clip them together and take a look at how much that is in 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You just found a bunch of money that could be working for you instead of you working hard for your money. And that's what these ladies are doing out there, is they're helping people who have made that decision to truly sit down with a financial planner, a professional financial planner, not someone who's selling you products, and taking a look at every aspect of your life and freeing up some monies that you're working hard to make, but it's not making you anything. Imagine making money while you sleep. Would that change your life? Did change mine. Changed mine big time. And I've been wiped out 3 times. 3 times. So excuses are useless. So Katie, to wrap this all up, what would you say to those people who are still sitting back and going, well, I got to pay them to do this? I love that part.
I don't think any of us go to work for free.
Well, that's what I usually say is imagine going to work, home 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 to work, all week for your boss for free.
Mm-hmm.
And is he paying you wholesale or retail? So is he making money on your time? Somebody's making money on someone. But tell them how that works for financial planners.
Yeah, so for financial planners, you either have a fee for service, which is an hourly fee, or you pay for a management fee on your investments. And I actually had a lady I've been working with for a couple of years, and she's such a sweetheart. And we opened some Roths for her girls that are in college and trying to get them started in the right place. And I said, you know what, I'm not taking my management fee off of this. I'm going to take it off because they're young in college and I want to do the right thing. And she's a really good client. And she goes, well, I've never paid an investment fee. And I'm like, everyone pays an investment fee, so you have to understand where that's coming from, how it's coming from.
Right.
And we are very upfront. Everything is black and white when it comes to fees from us. So when we meet with someone, and that's part of our strategy session too, is determining what it is that you need and how many hours that's going to be. And then we always give WDCX family a 50% discount off of that. But you know what that's going to be up front before you even decide on what program was going to be best for you. So that's very upfront, and that's the way it needs to be. And like I said, every investment and every financial advisor has fees, and they need to be upfront about those. And if they're not, you need to start asking those questions.
That's right. And you know what, folks? I can tell you, even with Tony Miele, I pay fees, but he makes me money.
Mm-hmm. And saves you money.
Yeah, that's actually, that is more than the cost of the fees. Mm-hmm. Much, much more. So that's what I want to add. The 2 cents I want to add in there is with the right professional financial planners, they're going to get you some money freed up. They're going to get that money working for you. You're going to know that you're not paying too much insurance or too little. You're going to know everything about what you've been neglecting and not taking care of is going to get put all into order for you, and you will sleep extremely well at night. Getting that pressure off of you. They're going to take a look at debt. If you have debt, this is a great way to get it taken care of and stop thinking about it. Stop wasting that energy. You know, it's even hard to be faith-filled when you're constantly thinking about debt, that you're carrying that burden of debt. And that's what the enemy wants. The enemy wants you to continuously be thinking about the debt so you're not thinking about Jesus. So as Christians, it's time to step up to the plate, give Katie and Julian a call. And that phone, like I said, the enemy's sleeping right now, so that phone weighs 0 pounds. It's on a diet, so you can pick it up. You can call. And Katie, do you have any specials for our listeners today? I know you said 50% off the fees for our Car Connection listeners, but what did you want to do for some of those folks out there right now that are right there going, I need this?
Absolutely. So take fast action and call today, and you'll get the 90-minute discovery session. So we'll do 3 of those. Wow. And so that 90 minutes is of no charge.
Wow. 3 90-minute sessions. Folks, that's unbelievable. So you're going to call Joel right now. You don't go on the air. He'll get your particulars. I'll get them over to not our Canadians, but our American certified financial planners, Katie and Julian, and they'll rip this thing up for you. Trust me, they will. Your life will change. So call right now. You don't go on the air. Just give your information to Joel. I'll get that information following the program this morning over to Katie and Julian. They'll get in touch with you, and your life's going to change. How amazing is that? So whatever that excuse is that you've been carrying for your finances being, in the toilet, it's time to change that around. And it's just a phone call and a 90-minute session, and you'll come. Katie, maybe I can get you just to add this. after you've had someone in for one of those 90-minute sessions, you've had a look at the good, the bad, and the ugly, and there's no finger pointing, no judging going on,
Yep.
what do you generally hear from those people that have come in?
I generally hear, wow, that was a lot. Thank you. I didn't know this. I didn't see that. This was definitely worth the time. And actually, I have quite a few people say, well, I have to pay you something for this. And I insist no for these three, because it's my gift to you. And we hope that, we can do you good and that we can help you, and then you can help others, and we can share the message, and we can continue this spiral of helping lots of people. So, but yes, I've never had someone walk away and say, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
It's always been the holy cow, I didn't know this, or holy cow, I didn't know that, and this has been amazing. So thank you for that, and we always appreciate that feedback as well.
Katie, give out your contacting information, and then I'll let you go, sister, and then I'll crank it up, and we'll get these 3 90-minute sessions filled, because what we know is 9 out of 10 Christian families do not have an estate plan, and less than 1% have a financial plan.
Let's change that. So our website is turningtidesfinancial.com. Our number is 716-800-4290. You can reach us anytime. When we're not here, that forwards to our cell phones, and we almost always answer the phone. So reach out, whether it be email, phone call, or on our website, and we will definitely be here to help you. And
awesome.
I wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day.
Yes, absolutely. It's Father's Day. Again. Again.
It goes too fast.
You got to get fathers something really cool, okay? No socks, no undies, no ties. Not even a shirt. Something cool.
That's
really
right.
cool. Yeah.
And they deserve
Thanks, Katie.
it. All right, no problem. Have a blessed weekend.
Okay, you too. Keep smiling, and we'll have you back with us again very, very shortly. That's Katie Weimel and Julian Leppo from Turning Tides Financial, LLC, Orchard Park in Williamsville.